to the very, very few people getting this message. We want to prove to the whole world that the impossible dream can happen.
It, man. All right. Hey, everybody, you're it. You're it. I'm not it. I'm just me. So are you. All right. Renee, get in here.
All right. Well, I'm it and you're it. And we are in post-election mode and pre-Thanksgiving mode. Pre-Thanksgiving mode. And a lot of people don't celebrate Thanksgiving right now because they feel like we might be trotting a little bit on the actual history of Indigenous peoples. So we do want to talk about the Indigenous peoples and the First
Oh,
Nations.
man. You got to go back in that whole thing, too. I mean, it really starts, the whole. Anyway, what they were figuring out. I'm going to do something in my settings. I got to fix this right now. My virtual background. Put there none. There you go. Bam. Okay, good.
Beautiful. I love it.
100%.
Very soft. Yeah, it's very soft right now.
Good. Well, so the last week was just like the one before. What we are involved with is another Reichstag or Hitler terror, and this is what's going on around us. And again, it's we're being consumed by the big lie, and then it's being repeated over and over again enough times just to make it stick. And the way that people have capitulated with all of this. And we tend to never fight back. It just is it has to be part of some kind of bigger picture. So you and I have to work on other things. Obviously, we come to the realization of, my pastor, David Moore, likes to say that he speaks for the disinherited. And I checked with him on Sunday and I said, you see how powerful your words are? Because guess what? Now we're all disinherited.
Wow. I love that. That's so true. We're all
disinherited because
Yeah.
they really stole it. This is being stolen in front of us. Okay. There's enough evidence to show that there was massive voter suppression in the middle states. There's enough information to see that Elon Musk had something to do with this. It was all connected to his Starlink shit going on up in space. Oh my goodness, gaps in time and then also rejection of all kind of ballots, like anything that didn't hit. A lot of people got rejected that had no reason to get it rejected. So this is what we're talking about. This is what really happened. Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly.
So, he stole another election and they were giving it away. But there's enough that's another place we can go. But now realize that you're in it again. If you can see the way I'm saying, I'm not trying to be. Yes, I'm being, practical, and I'm researching and looking at a lineage that has a clear and defined pattern. So,
well, does it kind of remind you a little bit of the First Peoples and also what John Trudell was talking about, where you're talking about like disinherited, and who's more disinherited in this country than the Indigenous peoples?
That's never the point. This is a place along the way. Where we are is a place along the way. You and I are looking for our own personal integrity. Yeah. And we're looking for this conversation that we're having is a very advanced conversation. We could easily just as much have a conversation about how right we are and how great Trump is. And we're all going to go with this whole thing and our fearless leader. I mean, but you have to look again at 1984, George Orwell or any of those showed us the way. If we want to look at what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen. But that's not going to happen this time. Here's the thing. Do you see that date there, that Mayan date that we're keeping track of? 13,000 was the end of the world. 13 point, well, I'm calling it 13,000. See, it's 13, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 digits away from 13. this is borrowed time we're on. This is the end of it, because this is how much our sun, this is basically a very clear indication that our sun is going going to have a nova. So we need to be ready to vaporize and transform in a moment's notice. And the thing that you get when you realize, I don't know how many times you've been near death experience. Have you had some near death experiences?
Yeah, I've had 1 or 2 of them. Sure.
We had some close calls.
Yeah.
Well, there's number one with a close call is I've had some fear, so I guess ephemeral or a larger, but the one where you realize you're just part of the whole system. Anyway,
Interesting. Wow.
you kind of relax into the idea that you're just a small part of the big thing. But then there's this other thing that kicks in where you scratch like hell to get back into this game. Like you really have to fight to get back into this side of it. If you've been on some of those, I've been on some of those too, where, we're not done yet here. So we're going to do whatever it takes to stay alive. Right.
Yeah. It's like
But
survival
life
mode.
in general. Okay. Life is like that. Life is tenacious. Life does not give up easy. Life fights. Life fights. It always wins if it fights. It's like, when we fight, we win. I mean, she was hitting all the right notes. She hit all the right notes, just not long enough and sustainable enough, and nobody really believed it. That's the thing. But see, that's the thing we did. Oh my gosh. Don't you feel like most of us got the message that Kamala Harris was telling us? Do you feel that way?
I do. I think that there were some victories there. I think she tapped into something that resonated.
If they really count all the votes that were suppressed in the Midwest, right, it would have been a blue tsunami. She's already gotten the popular vote. She's like 1 or 2 points ahead in popular vote.
Right. And also remember that there was Russian interference where they were sending people home with the bomb threats in the African American and Democratic communities.
None of our I mean, how did you vote? Did you go down by hand, by in person and vote?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, well, there's 50% chance it didn't even get counted.
Exactly. I mean, no, really, that's so true, though.
Seriously, they just put another pile. Oh, done. Like, somebody.
Absolutely.
And then there's a 50% chance that if you did a vote, like a mail-in ballot, it didn't get counted.
Right. So I don't believe that it was a true reflection.
Of like there's 50. I mean, these guys shenanigans, our entire election system, rigged it. Oh my God, rigging the people of this country is the easiest thing in the world to do. They've done it over and over again. Just hit the piggy bank. So now they're trying to go for one more run, but you have to know where you're in, man. So do you remember the thing we did on 7/14? Yes.
So human sovereignty.
Human sovereignty. We said, get your hands off of us. None of this is yours. We are free, and you need to leave us alone. So now we need to know that they are fucking with our minds, man.
Yeah, we are free people, and no one has the right to commandeer us and dominate us.
So then what it comes down to are 5 things today that you got to have for yourself. Let's forget about all this other stuff. We are in the place. We are doing a downward spiral on the last plane. We are heading straight down.
Right.
This is flight 93, supposedly.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah.
You believe in flight 93, that it disappeared into a little hole in the ground. You are just as high as a kite. Anyway, so this is part of the same modus operandi, same group of people.
Yep.
Now the question, are you telling me Kamala Harris is colluding with them and they're all in on the game, having a big laugh in the back room about it? I don't know. It seems like there's still the people like Joaquin Jeffries and Jasmine Crockett seem to be still fighting the last fight. They seem to be speaking truth to power. I mean, can you hear the difference now is the question.
Right.
Are you able to hear the difference? Hopefully with some more education and some more, trust. because we've got to do two things. We basically are in the thing. We're going down fast, and we've got to get our oxygen mask on first before we can help anybody else. You see?
Yeah, that's the truth.
So did you have a place to sleep, clean water, food? Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more day. Be grateful for that. And then go find a person to do that for, but don't do it easy, man. Make it hard for people to get your help these days. Don't just give it away for nothing. You got to work for it.
So why is that? So give us some advice. Why is it that you have to make people work for it?
You can't put your pearls before swine. You don't put good energy into bad people. If they're not helping you and they don't agree with your ascension plan, then you should get them out of your existence right away. And I had to do this with a family member or a couple.
Yeah. I'm having to do that too. And it's hard to do that.
It's like, there's no time. There's no time for this other thing. If you're still going in that other direction, I'll see you in another time and space. But remember, it's going to be vaporized. The entire planet will be completely wiped out in a millisecond.
Right.
You won't even know what happened. It'll go so fast. There'll be no pain about it. Okay.
Well, that part's good.
You'll be left there with what the fuck you brought. If you're bringing fear, shame, guilt, and doubt, you will not have a good time at all.
Right.
Got to let that go here. And you got to find forgiveness, and love.
It's hard. It's difficult.
Plenty. No, it's not hard. It's easy. It's not difficult.
Okay, tell me why it's easy. Tell me why it's
easy. For me, I got it already.
Okay. So, all right. So tell me why it's easy.
Don't, because you said it is. It is because you say it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Your words, doubt.
Right.
Through doubt. I can hear that. Did everybody hear that? Put in the comment section.
Can you hear the doubt? It's hard. It's hard because of the election, and we thought there was going to be a blue tsunami, and now they're telling us
wrong.
Yeah, but you're right though that
it was a blue tsunami.
It was. That's a good perspective because it's true. The more data that comes out, the more we're seeing.
Even if you didn't vote.
Which hopefully everybody did, but we know that not everyone did.
There you go again. Throw doubt, shade doubt. It's not good.
Yeah, I get it.
You've got to you got to stay with our side, or you can't. Can you be on the middle? I guess this is where you.
No. I'm going to be on our side. No, I want to be on our side.
Well, you want to be. I mean, where is there a side? No, well, because that's the thing. If you can be, but you see, on one side of my hand is dark, and side of my hand is light.
Yeah,
there's something in the middle, halfway between, and that's kind of where we. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's just right there, and the laws are in front of us, and you can talk about it. Like changing the direction of a wave.
Right.
Change the direction of a wave.
Well, that's beautiful because I can visualize that. Yeah.
Breath expresses everything. Everything you are is inside this body. Okay. The rhythm of your breath is part of this thing. It's geometrically backed up by some numbers. We can mantrify if we need to. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 5, 3, 2, 1, 1, 0. It's the numbers that explain what I'm talking about. If you need that to find another dimension, that's another dimension of understanding. But that's another, if you could think and imagine anything, you're in the mental universe. It's all mental again. So my mental Merkaba and your mental Merkaba are able to connect with each other in a physical 3-dimensional level today. But this is more of what it's going to be like in 5th dimension, that we're together in a mind space, but not physically. The question is, will you know the difference? See, our imagination is such that we can imagine anything that we put our mind to. Think about that for a minute. So start putting all the pieces together in the world that you want to live in. And when this is happening, you'll be able to walk into that. And if you doubt it, you won't be able to. I think that's all we need for a day. It's like 15 minutes, 22 seconds. You can't get better than that. We'll see you next time on One Whole Earth, right after Thanksgiving. Don't forget. The two hardest things you'll ever have to do is forgive everyone that didn't cut the rope the way you thought they should. And then first yourself, though. You got to forgive yourself for not accepting everybody for themselves or whatever. Or then you have to have gratitude that you found everyone you needed to, hopefully. And they're coming around. I mean, those will stay together. This group will be together. I mean, this Art City, this mind group will be together somehow. We decided. And when the lights go out, it'll all just be right here. And maybe we'll be able to get to a movie and take a movie about it and share it with our friends. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll find out when we get there. It's not, that's where we're going. And I'll see you on the other side.
If you're one of the very, very few people getting this message,